Ooh, la puff la pant. Bit out of breath, bit sweaty. I've just been outside the house. Yes, I do go out. Been to Leeds today, actually. I won't be going again for maybe 10 years, if at all. Mark had to go because his MacBook's playing up, so he had to go to the Apple store. He had an appointment. Anyway, apparently his camera's knackered. It would cost £400. And so he's not bothering. He can't do Zoom calls, but apparently he can somehow tether his iPhone to the MacBook and use the camera on the iPhone. So I've told him we'll get that sorted before you need to. Right, so anyway, I came back. We had a little luncheon and was on Facebook. And what's in this bag turned up on Facebook Marketplace. Well, not Facebook Marketplace. The Facebook, well, it's my village page, you know, where people complain about dog poo, cars parked in the wrong place, etc. But it's also a place where people can sell their unwanted stuff. So this came up for £10 and I thought, that looks interesting. Well, the lady had two. This is a mini hi-fi, as you know, from the doodah. So she had two, a JVC and this Hitachi. I like the look of the Hitachi better. I had a quick look online. I was being quite, you know, I was panicking thinking, well, they're a good price, £10 each. I thought somebody's going to grab them before me. So I really quickly looked online and found this model. I had to really zoom in on the picture to find what model this was. And it seems to get very favourable reviews. It doesn't have the remote. It should have a remote. I checked eBay. Someone is selling the remote for this. So I could get a remote for it. Although the remote is £15 and I only paid £10 for this. And also someone is selling the instruction book. So I thought I'd give it a punt. And what I thought, whether this happens or not, because the lady said she had one in the kitchen and one in the garage. I think she has one of those houses with a built-in garage, so it's part of the house, and they belong to her late husband. So when she said garage, I thought, I don't want to take any of my good hi-fi into the garage. If I'm pottering in there, then I thought, well, maybe for 10 quid I could try this and see what it's like. And also, I have visions. You know me by now, if you've watched me for a while. Those visions often don't come to pass. But anyway, I have visions of turning at least 2/3 of the garage into a home gym. Put all my unused gym equipment in there, all set up, ready to go. And then I can go in there, pump some iron, you know, work the old heart, and then come in and have a nice shower. And I thought, well, it'd be nice to have a little hi-fi. So, looking at it, it's dusty. But that's one of the speakers. It's maximum input 30 watts. Got little feet on. I think these come off. Let's hope the speaker is intact. If these have been on them all the time. Yeah. People don't want hi-fi. Well, I know. Some people do want high-end hi-fi, but these sort of mini systems, you know, sort of thing you see in Argos in the 90s, aren't they? I think you can still get them, but I can't see. Most people just stream the music, don't they? The lady herself said she had Alexas all over the house, so she can get her music from those. So I thought, yes, and you're also getting spied on, dear. But I didn't say that. I had a nice chat with her. Talked a bit about the village, and she said she didn't want to put she didn't want to put all her stuff for sale generally, she said. And I said, oh no, you wouldn't want to put it on Facebook Marketplace. And she said, oh no, it's okay selling to people around the village, she said. So I jokingly said, oh yes, that way you can avoid the riffraff, can't you? Anyway, it was I whizzed up there. It was 5 minutes away. I took this bag and everything fitted in, fortunately. I had no idea how big this thing was, but it looked quite nice. So I don't know if it works. She did turn it on. I don't really mind if it doesn't. I mean, I thought for £10 I would take a punt. Oh, does that come off? Yeah, hang on. It even, oh, it's not even glass, but it looks glass. It's got this little stand here. It's Perspex. I'll have to polish that up. Bit dusty, but you know, it's all right. And then it's two separate, that's quite heavy, two separate components, the amp and the CD player, and I believe, oh, it's a tuner and CD player. This is model AXM66 from Hitachi. There's a little bit of scuffing at the top, but it's, you know, it's not bad. Shall we have a look around the back for any of you hi-fi buffs? I've got the... Wow, this might be quite old, older than I thought, because it doesn't have a moulded plug on. I think it was 1992 that everything had to have moulded plugs on. So unless it came with that plug, I'm not sure, but it's hardwired in. Right, let's have a look at the connections. I'm wondering if I'll be able to plug anything into this. Here's the back of the hi-fi. We've got this ribbon cable connecting the two components. So there's something hidden behind the ribbon cable. It's a ground, it says ground. I don't have a wire to go into ground, just there. We've got, oh, it's got aux input, two auxiliary inputs, left and right. There's the speaker's going to there. Oh, it says antenna. Oh, I left it. I thought it didn't, I thought this was the antenna, but this won't be. This will be, oh, this is the FM antenna. And there was another thing, but you can get those cheap enough if I wanted to. I don't really listen to the radio, so it doesn't matter. Made in China. Power consumption 80 watts. And here's the front. It's a nice little, well, for 10, it's worth having a go, isn't it? Look, looks worth £10 in anyone's book. Do you think? I didn't like the look of the JVC one as much as the Hitachi. The JVC one did have a remote, but as I said, this should have a remote. I'm hoping I can do, I really only want it for the CD player, so I think I can do everything with the CD player using the buttons on the front there, on the top. So what do we have here? We have a button to set the clock, program memory, tuning, and that's probably skip back, or if you keep it pressed in, it sort of rewinds. I can't see yet. That's the reverse button. Then you got play and pause and preset, another tuning button combined with the skip, and again I'm assuming it's fast forward if you keep your finger on the button. A band selector, repeat, stereo. That button opens the tray at the top. The lady plugged it in, but we couldn't get this to open, and then I said, well, it's probably not on the correct setting, and you had to use the selector button. So on the lower part, we've got a loudness button, PEQ, whatever that is, it must change the sound, central volume control, function button. I think that's what I pressed to get it to work on CD. Oh, and it's also got a headphone socket. Okie dokie, well, it's all plugged in. We've got a display showing the time. Obviously that's not the correct time. I should be able to work out. Oh, there we go, clock. There'll be something to, oh, I'm sure I'll be able to work out how to set the time on this. Oh, it's flashing, there we go. Oh, stop it. Right, we'll leave it at that. Okay, I think this button, I can change it. There we go, CD. It's lit up, can you see that? Oh, it's windy again today. Right, let's hope that's going to open. Lovely. The JVC one that the lady had a drawer, and I thought this looked a little bit more retro and space age. I might be able to play a few seconds. Oh no, it says it's a DVD. Right, that's no good. I thought that was a CD single. It's a DVD. That will not play, will it? What's this? Oh, crikey. Look at that. That's a mini one. Well, it should be all right in this. You can't use these mini ones in a lot of the slot loading CD players unless they've got, you know, another little indentation in the middle. Crikey. They should fit in here. Yes, it does. Right, that's about all I can do. I might, I don't know how much of that you'll be able to hear, because I'll find out when I upload this if those people at Erasure have told me off and said you can't use our stuff. Look at this display, it looks quite fancy, doesn't it? Well, it seems alright for what it is. Obviously, I'm used to the finer things these days when it comes to hi-fi, but there's no way I'm taking the hi-fi I have into the garage. This, I think, for 10 quid. Wonder if we can get the radio to work. Off. Oh, I've turned it off. Aux 1, aux 2, FM. Oh, where's the the tuning's on the top, isn't it? I expect there's ways of pre-selecting. Well, I'm glad I took a punt on this for a tenner. Really, £10. I'm sure I could sell this as a profit now, but I'm going to keep it. I do like these retro things. I'll do a little bit more research on this, because as I said, I didn't have much time to look at it properly before, you know, I thought, oh, somebody's going to nab that for a tenner. I thought, that's generous. £10? Still searching, looking for love. Right, is that going to open? No, it's not. Oh, that's not going to open unless I've got CD selected. There might be online instructions for this, that's the point. I don't have to buy some from eBay when I can probably find the instructions for this online. Let's put it back on CD. Wondering if there's anything I can play that won't get me a copyright. Well, they won't give me a strike. Normally what happens, if you play any music that is, you know, belongs to someone else and they want to kick up a fuss, they tend to just claim the whole video. So even if you play a tiny section of music, they'll claim the whole video. So any monetization you earn from the video goes to the person that's claimed it, and you can't really say anything. I mean, it's not fair really when you just want to play a little bit of music just to demonstrate something. I'm not trying to take any royalties away from Erasure. I'm sure they don't need them. I mean, I have got some quite obscure stuff in my CD collection, but most of the stuff that I've got to hand will probably be too doodah. We've got a bit of lovely Clifford. Ah, Clifford. I only discovered Clifford in 2023. This will probably do me a bit of a strike because, well, I'm not sure if I should have closed that. Does it close on its own? Hang on. That might close on its own. Let me just check. No. Oh, yes, it does. Oh. Let's turn Clifford down and just... Let's try a nice little slow track. We'll try track 12. Where do I skip? Skip. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
What did we do wrong? We had all the magic to put us on our way, and all the tragedy.
Yep. I'll fiddle about with it. I don't think that might be a bit boomy. Maybe deselect something, but yes, I'm very happy with that. And like I said, I'm going to go online. I'm hoping that I will find, let's turn that off, that I will find the instruction book so I can properly use this. But I think that's a little bit of a bargain there. What do you think, folks? Any of you hi-fi buffs? Some of you have spotted my hi-fi from a previous video. Well, I think this isn't hi-fi. It's not high fidelity. Hopefully, my Audio Lab system and my KEF speakers, what are they? LS50 Metas. So hopefully they're classed as hi-fi. This isn't classed as hi-fi. It's just something to listen to the music to. Plus I have the option of plugging other things into it and listening via headphone. I've got some headphones here, but there's no point in me testing them out in front of you because you'd not be able to hear them. I've just got these, I don't know what these, this is me, you see, folks. When I bought my new hi-fi setup, I thought I'll need some brand new headphones. I do have some of those Apple, what are they called? The big Apple ones. I've forgotten what they're called now. Something Max, EarPod Max or something. You know, those big Apple headphones that are cordless and noise reduction and all that. They're very, very good. But I just wanted these for the caravan TV. If I was in the bedroom in the caravan, I wanted to watch telly and Mark was in the living area watching something else, I could put these on. So I assumed these were just cheap. So I wanted something better. And I bought some from a company called Grado from Amazon that were highly recommended. Within less than a minute of me having them on my head and listening to them, I knew they were going back to Amazon. And then I researched these that I already had, found the model number, which I'm not sure where it is on this. Oh, it's MDR1AM2. So I researched these. I'm not sure if you can get them anymore, but they were highly rated and not really cheap. They were cheaper than the Apple ones, but these weren't sort of £20 headphones. They were decent headphones, and they're so comfortable. And these are so much better than the Grado ones for my personal tastes and comfort. So, you see, this is my problem. I should always check what I've got, because it's not like me to buy something poor quality, even if I only wanted it for the caravan. I would have researched and found something decent, and it's exactly what I did with these. So that's a lesson for me. Don't buy new stuff, Roger, because you've probably got something far superior, or at least as good as what you're thinking of spending your money on. So anyway, I thought I'd just do this, you know, something different, sort of a product review, very basic one. But, you know, what do you think, folks? Do you think that's £10 well spent? I think it is, for what I want it for. So, yeah, as I said, just a few odd little tiny marks on that, but I'm really pleased with that. Wasn't expecting to show you a new micro hi-fi today, but you never know what comes up. I grabbed it, I thought I'll walk up the road and I'll take it anyway for £10, even if it didn't work. It was worth a punt. So that's about the end of this video. Have you got one of these, or have you had one, perhaps in your bedroom back in the day? If you can tell me when this date's from. I mean, it could be from the 2000s. I think it might be from the 90s. I have no idea, really. This sort of thing wouldn't have interested me back in the day. Before we had streaming, I would have had separates. I had, you know, some big speakers and some Technics separates, which I've sold most of those on eBay a while ago, and went to the streaming, and now I've gone back to separates and physical media, although I still do stream stuff. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So give me your comments and views on this Hitachi Micro Hi-Fi. I'll have to go back and look at some old Argos catalogues, see if they're in there. You can see those online, can't you? The old Argos books showing this sort of thing. Vintage-ish, older technology that will soon really become a thing of the past as everyone streams their music. So for me and this Hitachi Micro Hi-Fi, it's goodbye and thanks for watching.